All right, headphones on, everybody. Welcome to the deep dive. You know how this works, right? Today, we're cranking up the time machine, heading straight back to the 80s.
Big hair, shoulder pads, all that.
Well, we're actually going deeper than that this time. Past the synth pop and hairspray, we're diving into Zouk music.
Ah, Zouk. Infectious, right. All those Caribbean vibes.
Absolutely. And to really get us there, our guide is the one and only Michel Alibo with his iconic track, Jodi Jou. Ever heard it?
Oh, it's a classic. Even if you think you haven't, you'll recognize it. Trust me.
Perfect. So we've got a lot to cover. The 80s scene, Alibo's whole story, and even some takes from Rudy, our music guru, on what makes this guy special.
Rudy's got good ears. Always insightful, that one.
The best. Oh, and did I mention the lyrics? They're in Creole. Talk about a cultural deep dive. Should be fun.
For sure, especially for folks who might be new to Zouk. This will be a great intro.
All right, let's do it. First up, who I asked this Michel Alibo guy? Lay it on me.
Get ready. This is cool. Born in Martinique, 1959. And get this, professional musician by 16.
16. No way. I could barely keep a rhythm at 16. I'm lucky if I can play a full song on the ukulele NOW. So what did he do? What's his sound?
Fusion, man. That's the key. This guy blended jazz, hip-hop, obviously Zouk. But here's the thing. It wasn't just dabbling.
What do you mean?
Look at who he played with. We're talking huge EE names all across the musical map. But there's a pattern. Alibo wasn't just playing anything. He was taking his Caribbean and African roots, mixing them with jazz American styles, made something totally new.
So like a musical tapestry, right?
Yeah.
All these different threads creating something even better.
Exactly. And that's where Jodi Jou comes in. It's like his statement piece. Launched his career, showed everyone what Zouk could be. But enough talk. Let's hear it.
Get it?
I gotcha. All right, back into the groove. Now, before you get too lost in it, remember those lyrics are in Creole, right?
You're right. I totally forgot about that. I always wanted to learn more about Creole.
It's fascinating, really. More than just a language, it's core to Zouk's identity. Shows how music and culture are intertwined.
So it's like a fusion of cultures reflected in the language.
Exactly. You've got French, West African languages, even bits of Spanish, Portuguese. Imagine a language born from necessity right there in the Caribbean melting pot, and it's stuck.
It's amazing how language evolves like that. So when we listen to Zouk in Creole, we're hearing that whole history in the music.
You got it. Not just words, but the soul of a culture. But hey, less talk, more music, right? Want to see those Jodi Jou lyrics? They're on YouTube.
We'll definitely link them in the show notes. But, okay, Rudy, he compared Alibo to the greats, like Marcus Miller, Bootsy Collins. What's behind that?
High praise, right. Rudy knows his stuff, and that syncopation, Alibo's got it, just like those legends.
Syncopation. Remind me what that is again. Is it like hitting the right notes, but differently?
It's like this. You think you know where the beat's going, then bam, Alibo throws in a curveball, a surprise note, a shift in the rhythm. Keeps you guessing, but it works,
So it's that unpredictable energy, like he's playing with our expectations. No wonder Rudy's a fan. And those other Caribbean bassists, George Decimus, Frederick Caracas.
All part of that same legacy, shaping the sound of Zouk.
Rudy made it sound like this whole network of musicians, pushing each other, creating something amazing.
Absolutely. Zouk's not a solo act, it's this conversation happening in the music. And Alibo, right in the middle of it, leading the charge.
So more than just a great musician, he influenced an entire genre. That's incredible. And I love that Jodi Jou sparks Rudy's creativity, especially during those Montreal summers.
It's amazing how music does that, right? Takes you back to a moment, unlocks something inside you.
For real. Some songs can just transport me, like a key to a hidden part of my brain.
And for Rudy, it's like Jodi Jou unlocks the visual stuff. Maybe it's those smooth bass lines, the melodies, or maybe it's deeper, memories, emotions.
Like Alibo bottled up pure inspiration in those grooves. Proves music is more than just sounds. It can really move us, inspire us, connect us.
Exactly. And it's different for everyone. What moves me might not do it for you, but that's art, isn't it?
Totally. Personal, yet it connects us across cultures, continents, everything. I mean, here we are, digging a song from the 80s by a guy from Martinique, African rhythms. And it's clicking with someone in Montreal.
Music breaks down walls, man.
Yeah.
Language barriers, time itself. It's a powerful thing, especially in a world that often feels so divided. We're not so different after all.
That's the beauty of it, for sure. Just hit me, someone listening right now, This could be their first taste of Zouk. What a way to discover it, huh?
Right, and we're just scratching the surface. There's a whole universe of Zouk out there waiting to be explored.
So where do we even go from here? If people want more, what should they check out?
Well, you can't talk Zouk without Kassav. They're like the godfathers, brought it to the world.
Rudy mentioned them, right? The connection to Alibo and all those amazing Caribbean bassists.
Exactly. So yeah, if you dig those rhythms, the bass lines, Kassav is essential listening. And from there, man, the rabbit hole goes deep. So many artists, old and new.
We've basically given everyone a treasure map, and now they got to go dig up the goods.
And that's the fun part, right? Musical discovery, never knowing what you'll find.
Love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this deep dive, it wasn't just about one song or even just Michel Alibo. It was about opening up to something new. New sounds, new rhythms. That's a journey that never really ends.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Keep those ears open, stay curious, and see where the music takes you. There's a whole world of Zouk out there waiting to be explored.
And on that note, we'll catch you next time for another deep dive. See ya.